Hey guys, it's Melanie. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm doing my December book haul, so stay tuned. Okay, so the first book in my haul is actually from my Owl Crate unboxing, and that is The Glass Spare by Lauri De Stefano. So this book is about a girl named Will who wants nothing more than to explore the world beyond the kingdom that she lives in. She discovers she has a special ability where when she touches somebody, she turns them into gemstones. And she's forced to face the destructive power within her. And she goes out searching for a cure and ends up meeting a cursed prince who has his own ideas of what to use her powers for. This book to me sounded really interesting, and I'm looking forward to reading it. Okay, so this next book I actually picked up in Publix, I think. I was shopping and just happened to walk past the aisle that had some books, and I couldn't help myself. I just stopped and I was like, ooh, books. And yeah, so I picked up Don't Tempt Me by Lauri Foster, and it's just a cute little contemporary romance, boy meets girl next door. I just thought it sounded cute, and I couldn't help myself. Okay, so these next three books I actually picked up at Books A Million. So the first one is Charade by Lauri Foster, and you can tell from the cover what it's about. It says, "Love isn't always what it seems in these two timeless tales from New York Times bestselling author Lauri Foster." Okay, so there's two books inside this one. The first one is Impetuous. When grade school teacher Carly McDaniels trades in her frumpiness for an exotic harem girl Halloween costume, it's so long spinsterhood and hello tall, dark, and handsome Tyler Ramsey. But even after the best night of their lives, Tyler hasn't guessed the identity of his harem hottie, and Carly plans on keeping him in the dark. After all, a gorgeous guy like Tyler would never fall for his smart-talking best friend. And Carly's not sure what would happen if he ever unveiled the naked truth. And then the other one is Outrageous. Judge Sanders couldn't believe it when the beautiful wide-eyed woman he'd rescued from some drunk hoodlums started poking her gorgeous little nose into his business. She was obviously a menace to herself, not to mention to his libido. Worse, she'd blow his cover. For little did Emily Cooper know that Judd was really a cop whose feelings for Emily left him a little too uncovered for his liking. I got this when exploring their bargain books. This was $2.97 and steamy romance. Also in the bargain books at Books A Million, I got Teardrop and Waterfall by Lauren Kate, who is the author of the Fallen series. Says, everywhere Eureka goes, he is there. Ander, a mysterious blonde boy who tells her she's in danger. Ander knows things about Eureka she doesn't yet know herself, but not her darkest secret. Ever since her mother drowned in a freak accident, Eureka wishes she were dead too. She has little left that she cares about. Just her friend Brooks and some heirlooms. A locket, a letter, a mysterious stone, and an ancient book about a girl who got her heart broken and cried an entire continent into the sea. But Ander has some secrets of his own. The haunting tale is more than a story, it's real. And Eureka's life has far more evil undercurrents than she ever imagined. It says, fans of Kate's popular Fallen series will find a similar blend of supernatural romance, mystery, and destiny. And so this is the first book. This is the second book. I don't know if there's any more than that or not, but they were each $3.97. Okay, so the next 7 books that I got came from thriftbooks.com. Okay, so the first 3 of those are the Marx series by Sylvia Day. We have Eve of Darkness, Eve of Destruction, and Eve of Chaos. This is an urban fantasy following Evangeline Hollis. She is cursed by God, she's hunted by demons, and she's desired by Cain and Abel. That was enough to sound interesting for me. Here's what the back of the first one says. Years ago, Evangeline Hollis spent a blistering night with a darkly seductive man she can't forget. But that evening of addictive pleasure has become a disaster of biblical proportions. She's been branded with the mark of Cain. Now Eve is thrust into a world where sinners are marked and drafted to kill demons. Eve's former one-night stand, Cain, is now her mentor, and his equally sexy brother, Abel, is her new boss. And Eve has become the latest point of contention in the oldest case of sibling rivalry in history. Yeah, that sounds... yes. This sounds so good. Okay, next I have The Unbecoming of Mara Dyer, and it is the first in the Mara Dyer trilogy. And I have heard so many people on BookTube talking about this book and how much they just absolutely loved this book, or this whole trilogy. Though I've heard some mixed reviews about the last book in the trilogy, but everybody seems to just rave about this book. So I'm excited to get into it. It sounds really interesting reading the back. It says, you wake up with no memory of the last few days. Your friends were killed in an accident that you miraculously survived. Your family has to move to another state to escape the fallout. You meet a mysterious boy who seems to know more about your past than you do. You start seeing things that can't possibly be there. You're afraid of you are losing your mind. Can you keep it together? Mara Dyer is about to find out. I thought it sounded pretty good. I like all the amnesia type books. I think those are really interesting. Okay, so the last 3 books that I got from Thrift Books. We have the Wolves of Mercy Falls series, or at least the first 3 books in it. We have Shiver, Linger, and Forever. So in Shiver, we have Grace, who has watched the wolves behind her house for years, and she kind of feels as though this one yellow-eyed wolf is her wolf, and she just kind of can't live without this wolf. Now Sam is this yellow-eyed wolf, and he's kind of living 2 lives. One as a human and one as a wolf. And then Grace meets Sam, this yellow-eyed boy, and he kind of takes her breath away. And as winter nears, Sam's trying to fight to stay human because I guess if he turns into the wolf, he risks losing himself and Grace forever. That's what these are about. Okay, and then my last 4 books are books that I've ordered off of Amazon. Okay, so the first book is Jane Unlimited by Kristen Kershaw. And sorry for blinding you, but this book is blinding and beautiful, and I love it. Yeah, I kind of fell in love with the book cover. Anyway, so this book is about a girl named Jane who lives a pretty much ordinary life. She's raised by her recently deceased aunt, who kind of turned life into an adventure for her. After Jane's aunt passes away, Jane's kind of listless, directionless, doesn't really know what to do with herself. Then this old acquaintance blows into town, inviting her to this extravagant gala at this island mansion called True Ravines. And she remembers her aunt telling her that if she was ever invited to go there, that she absolutely must go. She has to promise her that she would go. And so she, of course, said yes when she got invited. What Jane doesn't know is that True Ravines will change her story completely. The house will offer her 5 choices that could ultimately determine the course of her newly untethered life. But every choice comes with a price. She might fall in love. She might lose her life. She might come face to face with herself. At True Ravines, anything is possible. And I thought that sounded really interesting. It very much made me think of Caraval, and I loved Caraval. Okay, so this next book I ordered because I was hearing a lot of hype on BookTube about it. And then after I ordered it, I started hearing some not so great reviews. So I'm just going to read it myself and kind of determine what I think. And that is This Darkness Mine by Mindy McGinnis. It says, Sasha Stone knows her place. First chair clarinet. top of her class, and at the side of her Oxford-wearing boyfriend. She's worked her entire life to ensure that her path to Oberlin Conservatory as a star musician is perfectly paved. Suddenly, there's a fork in the road in the shape of Isaac Harver. Her body shifts toward him when he walks by. Her skin misses his touch, even though she's never known it, and she relishes the smell of him, smoke, beer, and trouble. All the things she's avoided to get where she is. Even worse, every time he's near Sasha, her heart stops, literally. Why does he know her so well? Too well. And she doesn't know him at all. Sasha discovers that her by-the-book life began by ending another's, the twin sisters she absorbed in the womb. But that doesn't explain the gaps of missing time in her practice schedule or the memories she has of things she certainly never did with Isaac. As Sasha loses her much-cherished control, her life and heart become more entangled with Isaac. Armed with the knowledge that her heart might not be hers alone, Sasha must decide what she's willing to do and who she's willing to hurt to take it back. Edgar Award-winning author Mindy McGinnis delivers a dark and gripping psychological thriller about a girl at war with herself and what it really means to be good or bad. And I personally thought that sounded really interesting. To me, it very much sounds like a split personality kind of thing going on, and I'm totally digging that. And then the next book is Because You Love to Hate Me, and it is by a lot of authors. We have Renee Adelaide, Anne-Marie, Saman Shahani, and I'm sorry if I'm saying some of these names wrong, Susan Dennard, Sarah Inai, Marissa Meyer, Cindy Pond, Victoria Schwab, Samantha Shannon, Adam Silvera, Andrew Smith, April Genevieve Colt, Nicola Yoon, in collaboration with 13 booktubers. And on the back it says the names of the booktubers. We have Benjamin Alderson of Benjamin of Tomes, Sasha Osberg of A Booktopia, which I love her, Whitney Atkinson from Witty Novels, Keena Burke from Christina Reads YA and The Lushables, Katarina Finney, Little Book Owl, I also like her, Jesse George, Jesse the Reader, I like him as well, Zoe Hurt, read by Zoe, which she's just adorable, I like her, and I'm doing her readathon, so Samantha Lane, Thoughts on Tomes, she's another one I watch, Sophie Lee, The Book Basement, Raylene LeMay, Hadfoot and Prongs 07, Reagan Peru's Project, which I really enjoy watching her, Christine Rico, I don't know if I'm saying her name right, but I love watching her. She's so energetic and bubbly. That's Poland Banana Books, Steph Sinclair, and Kat Kennedy from Cuddle Buggery. This is 13 Tales of Villainy. And yeah, it's just like retellings of the different villains. It says, leave it to the heroes to save the world. Villains just want to rule the world. In this unique anthology, 13 acclaimed best-selling authors team up with 13 influential booktubers to reimagine the origin stories of the villains we love to hate. Infamous foes from fairy tales, mythology, and brand new worlds. Based on comic book-inspired enemies in pop culture and classics such as Medusa from Greek mythology, Moriarty from Sherlock Holmes, and the Giant from Jack and the Beanstalk. These fractured, unconventional spins retell each character's story in an original, unexpected way. This behind-the-curtain look at villains explores the pain, heartbreak, and sorrow that set them on the road to bad and questions whether or not anyone is truly born evil. No fairy tale will ever seem quite the same again. And y'all know I love me some retellings, and, well, villains, I think, they're kind of some of the best retellings because villains are just cool. Okay, and then the last thing just came in the mail. I haven't even opened it. Still haven't opened it. Yes, that is Ever the Brave. And I actually just got Ever the Hunted while at YawFest, and so it sounded really interesting to me, so I ordered the sequel. And those are the books that I've gotten since my November book haul. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a big thumbs up. If you'd like to see more videos like this, click that subscribe button down below. And until next time, bye!